Tricks Maker Ninja channel. Today we are going to start next a fresh chapter, chapter 7, triangles for NCERT Maths class 9. So now, first of all, as we are seeing here that triangles, the name of the chapter is triangles. We have learnt much about the triangles and the properties of it in our earlier classes. So now we will recall some properties and what are the triangles. So if we say triangle, what do you mean by triangle? We can say a closed figure formed by three lines, that is called triangle. Means a closed figure formed by three lines is called triangle. We can say it as a triangle. First one this line, second one is this line, and third one is this line. Is this a triangle? A figure formed by three lines is called a triangle. So this is a figure which is formed by three lines. First line, second line, and third line. But it is not a triangle. Means, so here one word is used, that is closed. Means a closed figure formed by three lines, that is called a triangle. Means we can say a closed figure. Means first line is this, second line is this, third line is this. This is a closed figure. And if we go with the name of, if we go with this name, then we can write it as triangle equal triangle. Tri plus angle. Means tri means three. Tri stands for three angles. A closed figure which contains three angles. Its second definition may be a closed figure which contains three angles is called a triangle. This definition also may be for it. So these are two definitions. Means we have learned from these definitions that a triangle has three lines. Means those lines are called sides of a triangle. So a triangle has three sides. These are called sides. Side 1, side 2, side 3. And the angle between these two, that is called angle 1, angle 2, angle 3. Means we can count them from any vertex. And the tip that is at which two sides meet, that is called vertex of a triangle. So these are some definitions related to a triangle. So now we will move to the properties which we have to learn in the forthcoming section, so we will learn it. Now if we move to the next section of this chapter, then first of all we will know something about some terms. If you recall, you have seen the copies of same publication, same binder. You have seen the coins of Aluti minted in same year. You have seen the ATM cards which are of same bank, issued by same bank, and many other things. If we put one ATM card upon another, they will cover each other perfectly. If we put 1 rupee on another 1 rupee on another 1 rupee minted in the same year, then they will also cover each other perfectly. Now you can recall the shapes which cover each other perfectly, or the shapes which are same in size and shape, or the things which are same in all respect. What are they called? They are called congruent. If you know, if you learn, recall them, then they are called congruents. Congruent figures, congruent things. So, now we will study congruence of triangles. Congruence of triangles, we will study them. So now move to the first of all, before studying the congruent triangles, we will think about some shapes in geometry which are congruent or not congruent. So now move to this point. So now if we see these triangles, you can cut them from a cardboard. These shapes you will cut them and take this triangle ABC, and put the triangles PQR, DEF, MNR and STU one by one on triangle ABC, and observe that which triangle is covering perfectly the triangle ABC. You will see that when we put this triangle on this, if we put this triangle same as in the shape of here and same in the position on it, this will not cover it. But if we move it, rotate it anti-clockwise or clockwise and set the sides, equal sides on the equal side, then since we are seeing that this side is 4.5, in this also this side is 4.5, means this side will cover this, and 5, this is here 5 and 4, means this triangle will cover it perfectly, and this triangle will also cover it, and this triangle will also cover it, but this triangle will not cover it perfectly. It means these three triangles are congruent with triangle ABC. Three triangles are congruent with angle ABC, and if we say, we can write the congruent triangles. If triangle ABC is congruent with triangle PQR, we can write it as triangle ABC is congruent triangle PQR. But first of all, we will study that we have write these perfectly or not. So for this, if we erase all these triangles and only concentrate on two triangles, triangle ABC and triangle PQR, then what will you find? If we see here, when we put this triangle on this triangle, then this side will be on this side and this side will be on this side, means P will be on P and R will be on B, Q will be on C. Means if we rotate it as like this, then what will be the position? Means this side will be 4.5 and this side will be 5 centimeter and this side will be 4 centimeter, and indicating the vertices 4.5 and 4 centimeter vertices are intersecting at P, means this point will be P, and 4 centimeter and 5 centimeter are intersecting on Q, means this side, this vertex is Q, and then obviously this vertex will be R. Now, if we can see here that side PQ is lying on AB, means we can say PR is lying on AB and RQ is lying on BC and PQ is lying on AC. These sides will be called corresponding sides, and we can say that in congruent triangles, corresponding sides are equal. These sides are equal, means this point is to be noted that corresponding sides are equal in congruent triangles. And if we see here that point vertex P lies on vertex Q A, vertex R lies on vertex B, vertex Q lies on vertex C, means vertex A is corresponding to P, B is corresponding to R, and C is corresponding to Q. And so for the angles, means angle A is corresponding to angle P, angle B is corresponding to angle R, angle C is corresponding to angle Q. Then we will write the congruency of these triangles as this statement can be written as that triangle ABC is congruent triangle. Now put the corresponding vertex here. Corresponding vertex of A is P, then P. Corresponding vertex of B is R, then write R. Corresponding vertex of C is Q, then write Q. This statement is perfectly true or right. So we can write here that like this, congruency of any two triangles, we can write this as, and these are parts that sides are corresponding sides, and correspondence versus corresponding angles. These are the part of correspondence, and these are the part of correspondence. Then we write them as CPCT. CPCT. In abbreviation form, we can corresponding part of congruent triangles. When we equalize these two in our numericals, if we write in our numerical that PR is equal to AB, we will not write any lengthy statement. Here in bracket we will write by CPCT. You will recall that CPCT. What is the CPCT? Then what CPCT is? The corresponding part of congruent triangles. This will be the full form of this, and we can write these. So I hope that you will have learned that what are the corresponding sides, what are the corresponding vertices, and what are the corresponding angles. So for this session we will study only these informations. For the further studies we will meet in next video. Till then, thank you. Bye.